go. I adore Jason. He makes me smile and laugh every time I see him. With over a decade of experience in event planning, this director of celebrations and Biz Bash Planner Choice Award winner thinks outside the box and will create magic for his guests while making them laugh and having a fabulous time. I'm excited to talk to Jason to find out what he's been doing during lockdown and his thoughts on the future of events. And we're excited to see his new office in West Hollywood and also the wonderful memorial that he has put up outside his office. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing, the super fun, Jason. Yay!
Woo! This is my fan. This is my fan that I must have at all times because I'm running hot.
Those are his fans. I've seen those on Instagram.
Yes, that's where I found it. These dang sponsored posts. They're just taking all my money. But this is what I've been using to cool me off from all the anger and rage that I've been feeling. No,
oh my God, I know, Jason. Okay, I know we know you as a super fun, crazy, amazing, super funny guy, and that I have noticed that during lockdown we kind of like, I was like, where's Jason? He's kind of like, you kind of went into this like little safe bubble. How have you been?
Yeah, I mean, it's been traumatic. I guess we've all been kind of processing, obviously, but you know, I got a new studio space for work, and the lease started the night that they closed down California. So the irony of timing was just impeccable. But yeah, I've just been, you know, and again, all my clients early on, we decided to part ways just because we had no idea what COVID would look like. So I'm grateful that I was able to take this time to focus on the bigger issues at hand, like Black Lives Matter, and obviously focusing on our industry and how to improve our industry. So that's really what I've been working on. But you know, I'm trickling out again. I'm gonna be a little bit more upfront again with on my stories and be silly as before, but I just want to do it with a little bit more thought than before.
I feel like something's changed in you.
Well, I mean, I hit puberty too, so I have a mustache, which is new. But you know, I think it's impossible not to be learning right now. There's so much going on that you know, I really thought that we were done learning, but apparently not. And it's really hard to learn at this age. It's very hard for me to read and stay focused, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can and absorb. Yeah.
But isn't that is the beauty? If we look at the silver lining with this break that we've had, because Lord knows we would never have had this break if this hadn't happened. We would have carried on and on and on and on. But
yeah.
You're absolutely right. This 4 months, whatever we're in, has been all about learning.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful that I've been able to do that. But that's kind of what I've been focusing on and slowly painting, you know, I've been painting the walls of my studio, which I've been saying for, I think, 3 months now. So just been enjoying moving in, and hopefully I'll stay here as long as I can. But as of right now, you know, I'm not focusing too much on micro weddings. I prefer more than like a micro budget. So I would love to try to wait till the time is right. But I'm also talking to some great couples that want to do something very intimate and want to put thought into it. So I'm open to it. Yeah.
Because even intimate, it can still be on a beautiful grand scale, you know?
Yes. Yes.
You know,
micro weddings shouldn't mean micro budgets.
No, right? It could, exactly. It could mean whatever, but I agree with you. I know I have noticed that, okay, on the front, you've been very vocal about, you know, the Black Lives Matter during this whole time. And I was terrified for your office as well, because during the protests, your office is right smack bang in the middle of West Hollywood.
Well, I don't think that the protest was supposed to come up to Fairfax, because I'm on Fairfax in Santa Monica, but I was actually in my studio at the time. And I was really bummed that I didn't go to the protest because I was still kind of dealing with wanting to be there because of COVID. But this is the first one. So, as I heard them out the window, I quickly started to, because I was really excited that they would pass my window. So I got excited and I started printing Black Lives Matter, and it was each letter on an 8x11. So obviously it was taking some time. And as I got to like the R, I like ran over to the window and somebody had already tagged on the window like a giant ACAB, which I don't believe ACAB. I don't think all cops are bad, but I definitely see a lot of the issues with the police and why we need to defund them. So it's been, you know, it's been exciting to have a space to also be able to use, you know, to speak out and to also support our community. So
Yeah,
I'm
you
grateful
really
for that,
will.
and I just hope that I can keep paying for it as long as I can.
Yes, you will. Because
Yeah,
you were gonna, it's all gonna come back, and you're gonna be fine, and you will put that out into the
yeah,
universe. But it's
yes,
interesting because I've been fascinated by your posts and everything, because I've been taking this time to learn about Black Lives Matter as well, because I felt like I wasn't educated enough about it.
yeah. Me too. Me
Um,
too.
and and there's so many things that I didn't know about and needed to learn about. But I was listening to something today just before we came on air, and was that they're asking for people to call the legislators and then make sure that the policemen have their own personal liability insurance, so that
I
every
love that.
time, yeah, isn't this I was just like, this is amazing. And every time they offend, their insurance goes up, and if they repeat offend, it goes up and up and up until they eventually will price themselves out of being in the police force. And
Perfect.
that
Let's
this is
call right now.
call
What's
right
the
now.
number? What's the number? Yeah, that's right. I have a landline. What's the number?
I was gonna say, what is that?
It's a landline for anyone
Wow.
that's not from our generation.
Yeah,
It's
well,
it's a
at least it's
landline.
not a rotary. I
Yeah.
would have a
Oh,
rotary.
I mean, I have a wall phone too, but I can't pull it from the wall. So
But I just thought that was a genius thing, and it literally just came out, so I'm sure it'll be all over the news later on. But
I'm excited. Yeah, let's
yeah,
do it.
let's do
But
it and call them.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I think it's, and again, I hate the word. I don't hate the word, but I think activism is a word that I don't like. I'm not an activist. I think we just have new fundamentals of what it means to be a human being in this new generation and this new society, and what you have to do and what the bare minimum is, which is,
yeah.
making sure that, again, it's equitable for everybody.
But yeah, but it is something that you're very passionate about, which is
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I'm also a minority, so I'm a double minority is what I used to say. So I'm gay and I'm Asian, but I also grew up in a predominantly, I was raised with all white people in Orange County, and there was a long period of time where I kept wanting to be white, and that was kind of what I've also been working on, is just my own inner, I guess, my own inner racism towards my own culture, because of the way that I was raised. And we're taught to assimilate and to put our head down and work hard and not get involved. But obviously,
Yeah.
the new culture is that we have to speak out, and we have to, if you see injustice, you got to do something about it, especially if you're in a better position than the person being oppressed. So,
Yes.
so
Wow.
me being a double minority who thought I was kind of immune to this conversation, it was pretty traumatic to find out that, like, oh, I also contributed to it by not acknowledging or even paying attention.
Yeah.
And there was no malintent, and I get a lot of us are solopreneurs and we're entrepreneurs, so we've been grinding as long as we have, and applaud every solopreneur out there that's like still hustling right now. But I think, if anything, this break has lent itself to letting me kind of process that, and really excited for 2021 and how we can be more thoughtful with our business, and making sure that we include everybody when we say that we're inclusive.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
so great. And you really have taken this time, this 3 months. And I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
almost
like
like,
maturing now or something. I'm like
I
growing up
know,
or
like, who
something.
are you? But it's true. It's like, there's so many ways that you could have used these 3 or 4 months, and it's almost like if you didn't use them, then I felt like they were wasted. And no matter how you used them, whether it
Yeah.
was to be silent and think and wait and grow and whatever you need to do within your little capsule, that's great. But
Yeah.
it's almost like you don't want these 3 months to go by and not have learned something new or done something or tried something new. And my fear was I didn't want to waste this time, because
Totally.
we'll
And
hopefully
we're
we'll
not
never
gonna
have this again.
yeah, we won't have a break like this again. And oh, well, hopefully we won't have this kind of long break again. But yeah, I think this is the time for everybody to really explore the things that they love as well, especially the people that are in our wedding and event industry. Like, I commend everybody to take this time and take advantage of the fact that we've also been an industry that was already spread thin. So it's kind of amazing that we're getting some time to be able to reprocess and restructure, and again, try to do a little bit more than we were for our community.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What has frustrated you the most about this, like this time, this lockdown, this quarantine?
I think one of the biggest things is obviously for everybody, it's the people that can't seem to understand why it's important to wear a mask. I think that's unfortunate, but I think the most infuriating thing is just our government and how little they've actually done for our industry itself. And I
Yeah.
don't know all the numbers of what the wedding and event industry do in terms of the economy, but I guarantee you
Billions.
that a lot of money. So I just find it a little disheartening that we've kind of not been given the resources to protect ourselves. And you know, we have amazing creators that created postponement versus cancellation right at the jump of it, but we also kind of had associations that pride themselves in community and integrity, and they really haven't given us the support and given back to the community that technically feeds them too. So that's kind of been infuriating, but I think aside from that, I'm trying to take all that anger and channel it to something more positive. But I'm not gonna lie, there was many days where I definitely had an edible or two and just kind of zoned out and had to be lazy and just completely like turn off my mind, because it's a lot. It's a tough time to really be empathetic. And especially if you're an empath. I think my psych called me an empath, and I think I feel a lot of pain. So, you know, there's been a lot of emotional eating, a lot of candy.
Oh, the COVID-19.
Yep. Mine's a COVID 55 at this point.
You know, it's how you deal with this. It's okay. It's like a pass. It's a pass to feel. It's a pass to feel sad. It's a pass to feel. It's like a roller coaster. I think there's something going around called the Corona coaster. It's really fun. I'll see if I can find it and post it on Facebook. But it's called the Corona coaster. You know, where you literally like this.
I mean, I definitely feel that. But I think, you know, I'm also seeing a lot of good being done too. So again, I don't want to just shit on everybody, but you know, there's been a lot of good done, but I think there's still more that our industry can do. We're a community-based industry that is focused on integrity and focused on humans and love. I feel like it's almost a disservice to your business for not doing more right now for the community and not doing more for equality. Because again, we're an industry based on love and people. So so speak up, people. Post more than the black square. Do what you can. If you can't go to a protest, make your own, you know, put up a memorial. Learn.
Wow. So that's one thing I really love, and I wanted to, you know, excited for your new office, and I'm excited. I love listening to everything that you say and I've learned things from your posts that I didn't know, and
thank you.
I've loved that. And what you've done though, you've done a beautiful memorial in the front of your office.
So
tell us about how that got started.
So the first protest, like I said, I got graffiti there, so it actually kind of inspired me to create something on our wall or something on the window. So I was actually looking at some muralists to see if we can get some mural work done, and had talked to some amazing calligraphers that were wanting to do something for our community. And then when I was talking to a planner friend, Noor, who I've been doing these like live design challenges with, which we'll talk about that too, because I want you to compete in one of them. She kind of mentioned that Joy Proctor, an amazing planner in Santa Barbara, had created something called Say Their Name Memorial. And it's basically a memorial that you can create with, you know, all the lives that have been lost through police brutality and any kind of racist crimes or homophobic, transphobic crimes. And so, you know, they provide the assets for you, and you basically find a printer. We decided to work with LA Business Printing Services in Inglewood, and they're a Black-owned business. So we didn't get it sponsored. We just contributed and ordered it, and we had some amazing other friends donate towards the print. So so then we were able to put together a memorial out front, and we did it on Friday before 4th of July, because I wanted to keep it there for the 4th of July, because in my opinion, I felt like, you know, 4th of July is a holiday that I think no longer serves the same purpose it did prior to this year. So I think we just need to all acknowledge. And again, you could be proud of the country, but I'm not proud of our current country. I don't think that we have anything to be proud about.
I don't think anybody is. And I think you had said, until we're all free, we're not free on the 4th of July.
There's no freedom if people are losing their lives for the way they look. So
I think you have, what was it, 273 names?
I was able to fit 243 names, and we had to actually use 5x7. They actually have 8x10 or 8x11, but we had to do 5x7 because I only had so much space, but I wanted to try to put as much as possible. I know I asked if we can see it. Okay, I'll walk you through.
Walk us out there, because I would love everybody to see what you've done. And if you're in West Hollywood, if you're on Fairfax near Santa Monica, defund the police. Say what you want to say. Then you can go see his beautiful window. Are you right next door to Seed Floral, the amazing?
Yes, I am. Seed Floral, and then I'm right below Yoga Works. But
I know exactly where you are. I used to live up the street.
I don't have a mask on.
Oh God,